Hey guys, it's Cords. I'm back. I just got done with recording the first Paladin video, and kind of want to actually show you gameplay where I actually do chains, and I wanted to talk about that too. The videos I've been posting, it's more about the information of the game and the characters and the equipment than me actually playing the class so much. Um, and that's my fault. Um, you know, I I get to where I want to talk about everything that's going on in my head as far as what about all the great new things that are coming up. And so yeah, I'm gonna start working on my gameplay. So before we really get into the gameplay so much, as you see, I'm still level 19. I did get some progression while it's gone. Hopefully, we won't get in a fight until I want to, which won't be very long. But I wanted to show that being boastful can jinx you. As you see, I have lost a life, as it were. Not that you lose lives, but I died, and that's not good because I wanted to try to get this character up to max level without dying. But I'm not really worried about that. I mean, this isn't a stat that really affects you. It may change because he did say that at some point that there will be a leaderboard, and deaths may be one of the big ones. But I'm guessing it's going to be more towards champion slain, rare slain, unique items found, highest health, mana, highest DPS, highest damage out, the biggest damage you've done. Like, I think the biggest damage I've done is 4,000 damage in a single shot, and that was Ice Comet with the stun. And also having the mirror image on, and also other things. Anyway, so that's going to be awesome. So don't be boastful in your videos. It comes back to bite you, it would seem. I did move something over to this character from my wizard. I want to show you that real quick. We're not really going to take too much time on it. Level 16, 19 intelligence, 9 wisdom. Really wanted to get some more wisdom on this guy whenever I'm using two-handers. Negative physical damage taken, which is awesome. Sorry, I'm talking fast. Just want to get to actually fighting. 12 resist to lightning, and then 15 to find gold. So yeah, that's all nice and good. Let's go ahead and start fighting. And like I said, we're going to chain. How I died, just if you wanted to know, is I actually had a huge chain going. It had to have been 40 or 50 mobs, more or less. But I was keeping my health up, but I got cocky, and I was trying to get to that low point, so I was getting more on my vengeance. But ended up dying because I had a named on me, which was an actual hard named. It was a rare. It wasn't a champion, but it was an actual hard rare, which I think he's modifying those. Really don't know, but I think it's nice to actually have a rare that's hard to fight, because champions really aren't very hard to me. My wizard can take out a... Oh, and we got double attack. Oh, that's going to be nice with the two-hander. Double attack, level 20. Maybe we'll get a couple levels. Like I said, I want to try to keep going through and doing more gameplay instead of actually me sitting around just talking. But we do want to get our skills up still. Something else that I didn't mention a while back that he changed is channeling. As you can see, that my channeling isn't going up, and that's because you can only raise channeling while you're casting and being hit. So you may see in a second where I cast, say, my heal, or my my vengeance, or not vengeance, but the magical base stun, you may actually see that channeling jumps up for channeling while I'm just trying to cast it. Though that's not a really good example because that is a fast cast spell. Let's go ahead and take this on, and we're going to go ahead and try to keep the chains. So yeah, here's Holy Might. Channeling, not so much. Though I may already have channeling maxed. Channeling goes up so fast compared to everything else. Let's go ahead and cast this, even though it's not going to do as much damage on him as an undead. Channeling went up there. So yeah, channeling only goes up while you're being attacked. So that's kind of nice. Though channeling goes up so fast if you're a caster anyway. To be honest, with my wizard, I didn't even notice channeling going up at all. It just went up every time I leveled. So yeah, that's something I didn't really bring up. Double attacks going up fast, so you're not seeing two damages at the same time yet. That's just, again, I'm using a two-hander, so it's slower delay, making it so I'm not actually hitting those double attacks yet as much as I will be later on. Go ahead and get this killed. Health is getting low, but I do still have my lay hands. Lay hands is a last-ditch effort. In the fight where I died, I didn't have lay hands up, and as you can see, greater healing is doing some nice healing. It's just that I was getting to where I was really low. The healing wasn't enough for what I was fighting. I was fighting one of the jack-o'-lanterns, and that named. The named was dead, so it was like a sliver from being dead. And then the jack-o'-lantern just killed me because it threw a fear on right after I got it down to maybe 1%. So, que sera. Can't change it. Can't get it back. But again, not really very important until, say, leaderboards come up, and if that's really a stat that he's going to dwell on. Let's go ahead and get another up because we want to definitely keep our chain going. Definitely want to keep casting this. Gets our mana up, allows us to cast more. Though I've noticed since I've gotten the necklace, I'm not really having to deal with it so much. So that's kind of nice. Let's see, what else was I going to talk about? I haven't even been paying attention to see if we've looted anything. But, yeah, so I'm going to try to get the gameplay up more. The bard is really hard with this lag, with this hardware lag. So, I think I'm going to just stick with the Paladin. I kind of really want to do a real Let's Play, and I really haven't been doing that. I've been jumping around on all characters, but trying to show you guys all the character choices you can play instead of just sticking to one and only playing that one. When I like all the characters in this game, all the class types, all the race types, they all bring a different function to each different class. That's like a halfling warrior, or a halfling paladin, or a halfling, halfling paladin, not a shadow knight, or gnome paladin, shadow knight. Again, those aren't in the game yet. They weren't in the game at the release of EverQuest. They actually came out in later expansions. But later on, when you can be a halfling ranger, I'm down for that. I want to delete my ranger and go straight to a halfling ranger. Main reasons are you get sneak, or you get hide, which is always good. Let's see what else. They have the best experience bonus in the game. I did have a paladin, or not a paladin, but a ranger that was a halfling in EverQuest Live named Potato, and I think his last name was Head, Potato Head, and I loved that guy. I mean, I ended up stripping him down near the end, but Yeah, he's an awesome character to play. He leveled really fast. Um, Things that were awesome about Rangers is that with the Luklin expansion, you got what was the name of the zone? Let's see, you had the Nexus to Naberthian Lair. I know I'm saying that incorrectly. Then from Naberthian Lair to oh my goodness, you go completely straight in Naberthian Lair to the other end. You don't take the right to go to the level 20-ish zone. Hey, we got a phase. Now, phase reduces your damage, which I think a phase Juggernaut champion would be so crazy to have to fight, because this guy kicks your damage output in half, and that sucks a lot. But and as you can see, he's not dying very fast. Haven't hit him yet. Oh, there we go. We get a hit, but it's 18 damage, 32 damage. That's not very much. It's going to take a while before this guy dies. Just have to make sure we keep up our heals. Really need to keep pushing Vengeance. I'm not really doing that. But Vengeance will get our mana back up. Don't really want to use mana abilities unless we have to. This is an undead though, so we can go ahead and try to get Ardent Judgment in once or twice, but we really need to be saving that for our heals, because no heals, we die. And though we can take ourselves all the way back to full with lay hands, again, don't really want to be wasting our mana, and I just wasted our mana. I actually am going to switch these out if it'll let me. And we'll go move this to here. Come on. Because I don't really use Rebuke as much as I want to use Vengeance. Vengeance is that spell that pulses back, or gives you your mana every time you hit. And then once you get to low health, it starts boosting that damage output. As you can see, we've probably been fighting this for about 2 minutes or so, and still not even half health. Even phased and Juggernauts are nothing to my wizard. My wizard's damage output is just so fast that that they don't last for more than a minute or so. 1 second. Sorry about that. I've been having problems with my throat lately, but hey, maybe it's because I'm doing these. No, I'm kidding. But I wanted to actually stop switching around between classes for a little bit and stick to one. And that's going to be the Paladin. I'm going to try to do... I don't want to just throw 4 or 5 videos on in one day. Not that it really takes away from the flair of, hey, waiting for a post. You know, I know that mostly people from the forums, the Nevergrind forums, or nevergrind.com/forums, is actually watching these. So, but I would like to I'd like to continue playing just this character, but to do that, that means that I would have to stop this video and go straight on to the next, because I play this game as much as I can whenever I have the chance. Oh, good, we didn't have to spawn another guy. But yeah, I like to play whenever I can, and I want to just show you guys actually leveling up from 1 to 50. Wow, nice crit. And I like how it put it up here instead of just right here, but really big letters. So that's kind of nice. So yeah, I want to actually do a full let's play of one class instead of just keep switching around between them and showing, hey, this is what I'm doing right now on this guy, this is what I'm doing on this guy. We'll go ahead and stick with one class. And to be honest, I've only been playing this, and I haven't been playing it all, like in all one session, but I've been playing this character since about uh, 8 o'clock last night, because I had a meeting yesterday yesterday night at 6 to 8, and then I made this character, and he's already 20. Oh, I'm level 20. I completely forgot about that. I could actually continue training, which I am going to continue training. I'm not going to stop. Anyway, Jack-o'-lantern. These guys have fear. These guys I hate. But I'm level. What I was gonna say is I'm leveled now, so I can actually put on that new gear, and we may die, and be able to show you that gear. I don't want to. I'm actually gonna go ahead and finish with the jack-o'-lantern. We'll go ahead and use lay hands, just to waste it. It's 5-minute reuse, but that's not really too bad. Whenever you're fighting in chains, you're gonna have that back up. Before you're in your chain, and if you keep up with your heals and keep your vengeance going, like I haven't been, you'll actually be able to keep your heals up, especially since the healing is getting higher now. 158 with a character that has 600, 700 health. That's actually a lot of health. Plus you're getting crits of 2 to 300 healing, so that's kind of nice. That's a 10 chain. 17,000 damage. Physical damage should be the main damage that you're doing. Magical damage is your actual casting. Cold damage is coming from the weapon. Damage shield. I think that's kind of funny that your weapon is doing less actual damage than your damage shield is. Anyway, let's go ahead and put meditate on, and we'll go ahead and put some new gear on. Yeah. So yeah, this is the fast attack speed that we were wanting. We'll go ahead and put that in. And I move things that I'm not using anymore to the bank. I have an organization system going on. It may not look like it. Right now, this is the slot where I'm putting anything I'm not using anymore. Also, we got this nice bracer. We'll go ahead and put that in and move this over here. What this does is it gives access to the other characters that I have. So, let's see. That's 2 more levels. Let's see how much time we've been playing. I'm going to make a 30-minute video today. So, I got 15 more minutes or so, or more. Who knows? Anyway, try to get level 22 and get this bad guy, this big guy on. That'd be kind of nice. Also, this helmet would be nice too. That would. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I can use that helmet. The Pride of Hallis gives me more wisdom. 15 wisdom, alteration, conjuration, resist to cold, which is nice. Plus 5 to all resistances. So yeah, and mana leech. So we got some mana leech, we got some wisdom, we got some more. Anyway, the organization here. This is jewelry and steins. I put the book down here because this is all my cloth items, or non-specific gear, like this item right here. Non-specific has charisma, 2-hand, blunt, and all that. So I'll continue telling you about that in a little bit. I want to try to continue leveling here now that we have our new gear. See how long it takes for us to actually lose the first 20% of health without doing any heals, which is looking nice so far. Usually I'd have that's a green, so it's not really anything to worry about. Try to get a spawn here. Jack-o'-lantern. Fear. I hate thee. But yeah, so gonna stick with the Paladin. Try to get him to level 50. Once the level cap changes, we'll go ahead and keep leveling him. Things that I'm really looking forward to, really hoping comes out soon, because I think all of us are pretty close to having a 50 by now. Not everyone has a chance to play all the time. But yeah, the upcoming things that I would like to see for us people who do have level 50s now are the planar armor, planar weapons, those kind of things. Then after that, or at the same time, whenever he can get to it. Would really like to see Cunark put in the game. That adds a lot more zones, especially some raid zones like what is it called? VS. Adds Veneral Sither and Kerner's Castle. Adds Dreadlands, adds Burning Forest, adds Skyfire. Skyfire has a dragon, a red dragon, which if you're going based off of the quest, red dragon and the and Lord Nagafin. Sorry, I wanted to say this. I know I'm getting off the tangent, but he's going to be adding bosses soon, and he's going to watch this because he is the main person who does watch these. Please, when you add Lord Nagafin, add the Cloak of Flames. I'm just saying that the Cloak of Flames is a mainstay of original EverQuest. That's one of those items that became ultra rare right off the bat, and even in 3 or 4 expansions into the game, because it was a super rare drop, but it was a must-have for warriors. Anyway, back to it. That Skyfire, it had another red dragon. That red dragon also dropped the cloak, also dropped the red scale, which you need for an epic quest. Also dropped the book that you needed for the Paladin quest. Paladin epic was the hardest epic to get in my mind, because you had to kill both Lady Vox and Lord Nagafin, and then whenever Cunark came out, the red dragon and the ice dragon, that red dragon from Skyfire, the ice dragon from from Dreadlands. Dreadlands and Skyfire dragons were easier to get because they were out in the open. They didn't have a standard spawn point that you would be able to find them. Though in project fighting, hey, we gotta be fighting. I'm sorry, I get caught up. Oh, there we go. Drybone level 20. And he's a juggernaut. As you can see, he's much bigger in size as far as the look of him. He has much more hit points. We'll go ahead and just kill him and not do a chain unless a chain happens, just so that we can show you the amount of hit points that he has. But yeah, until Cunark came out, Paladins had the hardest time getting their epics because of the fact that you had to compete with all of these guilds that were going for Lord Nagafin. Had him on a timer. They set their own timer. And the way a guild does that is if they're the only ones that are getting in and camping him, they can actually make him stay up and then get him on a timer to where, say, if it's an Aussie guild, they get on around 1 in the morning, United States time, so they would be able to actually keep him up until 1 o'clock in the morning, kill him, and then his spawn time 7 days from the time you killed him would actually be at 1 o'clock in the morning. So you would have your guys already there waiting for him to spawn. He spawns, you kill him, and no one else has a chance at him. This is a common occurrence happening in Project 1999 on both Red server and Blue server, and more on Red server because Red server doesn't have as many big high-end guilds compared to what Blue server has. They have some really big guilds, and those guilds are, this is how bad it is they've gotten to where every spawn is on a certain timer specifically set for them, so they could actually have all the names that pop in a 7-day cycle. They can actually go right from one to another, and their guild makes so much money because they're the only ones that can get ranger guts or get Trachanon guts for the ranger epic, and they're the only ones who can get other pieces for other people's epics, and they're charging crazy amounts for them, and I'm not slighting them for that, because if you have the ability to take that kind of advantage, then go for it. I mean, in original EverQuest, you had really big guilds like Fury's Edge. Fury's Edge turned into Fury's Edgelings because they had too many people, and so they controlled the server. Yeah, there's that lay hands. But yeah, they controlled the whole server because they had so many people that they had to split up into two guilds, and then both guilds were raiding. And then if someone in the main guild needed something that the secondary guild was killing, like they needed the book for Paladin that was dropping in Soul B, and then they could go run over and loot it and go right back to the raid that they were at, because they had a mage with them. Yeah, they had a mage with them that can do Call of the Hero. So in one night, you could have that have Fury's Edge going to Soul B and killing Lord Nagafin, getting the Paladin book and the scale, and then going straight over to Permafrost and killing Lady Vox and getting the other book and the other scale. So that kind of thing, that's kind of messed up if you're someone who isn't really a person that is in a high level guild. But what it does do is it gives you the ability to be able to buy your epic, where I know I had a lot of money in EverQuest 1 really fast, because I played a bard and I looted everything, and I would go to East Commons and not kill, but sit with bags and sell for hours, and like sell wizard reagents, or caster reagents, not just wizard, and I would sell other things that I'd loot, because you could swarm kite back then. They've made changes now to EverQuest 1, or the actual live server, where you can't do that anymore. You can charm kite, you can fear kite, and you can snare kite, but you can't swarm kite anymore. So yeah, back then when you were able to swarm kite, you can make money so fast if you knew what you were doing, and then also if you use the trading system, where you have one item you want to sell, someone has another item you want to buy, and you would trade them plus cash for those items. So that really made the game really fun. And so yeah, so when you had a lot of money like that, you could go and say, send a tell to Fury's Edge and say, look, I know I'm not going to be in a high-end guild. The raiding guild that I'm in right now doesn't even do the zones that you're doing. We stick at the beginning of the zones that you're fighting at the end of. Is it possible to buy my epic? And they would say, yeah, you can buy your full epic. This is how much it's going to cost. You go and get your epic, you pay the amount, and they split it up between their guild, or however they work that kind of stuff. But people complain about the fact that it's 300,000 plat to get a certain item for their epic. Their epic is game changing, depending on your class. Ragebringer for the rogue they're the highest DPS in the game. So if you got the money to fork out to get a Ragebringer for your rogue, then why not do it? Rant over. I'm just saying, with those kind of things, you got to really deal with the politics of the game. It kind of is what made EverQuest so great, is the fact that you had to deal with that kind of stuff. You can make your own money if you were an enchanter, or a monk, or a shadow knight, or a paladin, you would be in Lower Guck fighting the names all day. All day. You can fight those names all day if you have the right gear. And so you can make money pretty fast. You get you camp the camp the corridor that takes care of the I don't want to say the wrong ones, but the named hand, the Froglock Lord, the undead Froglock Lord, yeah. The I think it's the Sage, and the other one, the Scribe, or what's that first one? Anyway, there's you had 4 names that you could camp, and one drops a really nice robe and a really nice headpiece. The Lord drops a really nice crown and a SPSS. The one that I'm talking about, that I can't remember the name of, he drops the flowing black silk sash. So yeah, you had all of those. You could camp those all day if the zone was empty, and you could make money really fast. So I don't know. I understand why people complain about that stuff. If you play Project 1999, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, or don't even have a clue what I'm talking about, definitely check it out. It's a cool rehashing of the original EverQuest. They're not going to go past Vilius in expansions, which is nice, because I kind of quit original EverQuest because of Vilius. So yeah, you go back and check that out. But it really, to me, it wasn't a really big thing. Whenever, or if ever, I go to Project 1999, I'm going to be playing a bard again. I know I'm going to have the money. I'll be able to buy my epic, and I'm not going to whine and complain about it. I know it's a lot of money, but if you actually use the economy and buy and sell, trade and whatnot, you can actually make a lot of money just sitting in these commons. And if you doubt that, check out videos by Level 1 Undercon. That's level the number 1 Undercon, all one word, and he has videos where he's showing him being in East Commons and him taking one item and turning it into 2 or 3 items, or making 20,000 plat or so. It's not the actual amount that he was making, but taking where he only had maybe 5k plat to 20k plat in just a matter of 20 or 30 minutes. So there's so many ways you can make money in EverQuest, as long as you don't cheat like Plat Lord. Again, you have to know and keep up with the forums to know about that kind of stuff. But as long as you're not cheating, buying plat, I can't stand cheating. Yeah, I've already told you that so many times. I can't say it enough, but there was a ring of plat sellers in Project 1999, and they've been banned. Their accounts have been blah blah blah, but people still are buying plat, and it's kind of messed up. So yeah, don't buy plat. Just play the game, work the economic system, and you'll be able to have your epic without being in a mainstream guild. If you want to be in a mainstream guild, you're going to have your epic anyway. They're not going to take you if you don't have your epic, and you also have to have the gear. So, I can talk about that all day. We're about to level. I know it's about time to be done here. But I want to get this next level. I doubt I get anything because I just got the double attack. But we may actually get a new spell or a new ability. So yeah, check out Project 1999. I personally would play on the red server, though they have more of a monopoly on the spawns for the bosses. You're gonna need your epic, and if they're the only ones who can do it for you, then you have to go that route. And then at that point, once you have your epic and you have the gear that you want for your character, you can get into raids with them, and then maybe at some point become part of their guild. So I mean, it ends up being a win-win. Once you're in their guild, then you can the new expansions are coming out. The Kunark's already out. They're running those raid zones. Um, and next is Vilius, which Kale Draco zone is one of the best examples of an awesome raid zone. And if you have the right amount of people, then you're gonna be doing great. The Barbarian Flayed Mask comes out in that expansion, which drops off the totem in Kale Draco, if I remember correctly. Also, the Sleeper's Tomb, which is all your primal gear. So yeah, lots of awesome things coming up in that game, or that version of EQ emulator. So check that out. Gonna go ahead and try to get at least a little bit more. No, I should be stopping. Oh shit, I'm way past the point that I should be stopping. Oh, we want to try to get a little bit more. I'll be recording again a little bit later, so you'll be seeing these tomorrow or whenever you watch them. So I might actually have 3 or 4 or 5 videos posted tomorrow or today for you. But we'll go ahead and finish this fight, and then I'll go ahead and end because 35 minutes is a lot. Good talking with you. Had a good hashing out. Though it's a one-sided talk. It's kind of nice. Kind of nice to get some of those ideas off my mind, and also talk about other games that I'm happy about playing. Might talk about EverQuest next in the next video. Talked to a friend of mine. Really wasn't digging the game, but he brought a lot of information to light that may actually get me to like it a little bit more. But not that I'm gonna say that I'm gonna definitely like it, because I saw what they did with PlanetSide 2, and I was a PlanetSide 1 fan. I played PlanetSide when it first came out, just like I did EverQuest, and then they went and screwed up with PlanetSide 2. So, and they're using the same engine as PlanetSide 2. So I don't expect much out of it. We'll talk about that in the next video. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Again. Bye.